Welcome back, everybody, to DreamHack Denver for the Fall Finals 2017. It has been an absolutely incredible day so far, and you might be wondering why Golden Boy has got better looking. He's just popped off for a little bit, so I thought I'd replace him, but I think you'll be more than happy to get a little bit more ginger in your lives. My name is Dan Gaskin, and joining me on the desk is Nighty and Strongside. Guys, Europe, we saw the rise of Europe, but we also just saw the fall of Europe. How on earth are you doing today?
Yeah, I mean, you take a look at Infused, though. A lot of the top NA players and top NA teams are saying that they think Infused, they can go quite a bit here in this tournament, which, I mean, you don't hear the top NA pros say that a lot. Snipedown was saying he was pretty confident Infused was going to win that match before it even started, and then talking to Lunchbox about it as well. It's cool to see this EU roster really finally come together and really kind of make a big impact. And I mean, for the EU scene, this is huge.
Absolutely massive. Of course, we're here at the Xfinity desk. And if you want to get involved on social, of course, you can make sure you at ESL Halo or you use the hashtag HCS to make sure you get involved with the discussion. Let us know who your favorite players are, who your favorite teams are, who you think is going to be winning. You can see there. You can tweet us just with those links down below. But before we get into this first game, I think we should have a little bit of a discussion about Bubu Now, what's your opinions on this young man? Because he is looking absolutely fiery as of late.
He's actually one of the individuals that I watch the most because not of his flashy play, but his intellectual ability to take over a game. He's one of those guys that knows exactly what to do to win. We saw that at the first Worlds when he was teaming with Hook, Pre-Devinator, Contra. He just was fabulous. Like, he was doing everything it took. Like, when he would, I think there was a major play he had with Camo where everybody, it just clicked in their head like, this kid's going somewhere. And he did. He got on Enigma 6. He's been making his way up to the top. But yeah, Bubu, he's fantastic.
Bubu, take my Dubu. Well, we had a little discussion with Bubu before this series, so let's see what he had to say.
Walshy here, joined by Bubu, the last champion over at DreamHack Atlanta. How you feeling, my man?
Feeling great. I'm more excited for this event than any other one. To be honest, we practiced super hard for this event, and I'm just ready to play.
All right, so walk me through DreamHack Atlanta. How'd that feel winning your first major tournament?
It just felt better than anything, honestly. I put my entire life into this game for the past couple years or so. So it just feels better than anything that I could describe, basically. Like, I sacrificed so many things just to be online every single day, get better at every strategy, and it's all paid off, so I'm really happy. Yeah, I'm always happy to see other gamers reach that success. I think that's one thing that's kind of been overlooked. Some people think people that are in the professional gaming scene, it's like, oh, it's all glamour, it's all great, and people don't know the stresses of going through certain events where sometimes you see all your hard work pay off, you take first place, and sometimes you have events where you falter, you place sometimes out of top 8 or something like that, and sometimes you start to question where all your work went. Yeah,
so I
think that's why we all really love this game, is just going through the ups and downs of it. It's just, there's always all kinds of emotions, you feel all kinds of feelings while you're on different teams. You have to rely on other people as well. You have to put trust in the actual other people. I mean, it's a lot. It's just a big roller coaster. I can't even explain it.
So I've seen some teams in the past, they win a tournament and they get a little complacent. They kind of slack up a little bit. How did Splyce prepare for this event? Did you guys slack or did you practice up?
Well, luckily we had 3 months to prepare, so we did slack a little bit, but then we knew we couldn't do that. So I'd say the past 2 months we've been going super hard and just trying to improve ourselves every single day.
All right, so at this event, do you have your eyes on Optic, or are you just prepared for any team coming your way?
I'm just prepared for anybody. Honestly, the top 4 teams, even top 6 teams are all super tight. I feel like anybody could take any series at any moment, so really just got to bring our A game and we should be good.
All right, that's it from myself and Bubu. Stay tuned for more DreamHack Denver action this weekend.
Ciao.
And a very a confident Bubu, but also one he doesn't want to get too ahead of the game. He knows that it's going to be a very difficult journey here. Of course, they were the champions of DreamHack Atlanta, but can they do the same here today? They're going to be going up against STR8 Rippin. What a series we have on our hands here. Let's talk Splyce first, gentlemen. Strongside, talk to me about these gods.
Yeah, I mean, they're kids. They're a bunch of kids, renegade shots here. I've been talking to a handful of players and talking about who do you think the best player is? And a lot of names are coming up, but Shotzi and Renegade are being thrown in there. I mean, it used to be all the players on Optic. It would be all 4 of them kind of being tossed around. You throw in a Pistola, but now you're getting your Shotzi, your Renegades. And we talk about Boo Boo Doo as well, just being very individually talented. This whole roster has that individual skill, and you've got Shooter, kind of that vocal leader and that kind of the mature player on that team, the oldest guy on the team, really kind of being the glue for this squad. But this team, I think we're going to see a lot more coming from them. It's an amazing thing to see a new roster come in, win a tournament, instead of having that back and forth battle between Optic and Team Envious. Now you've got Splyce thrown into the mix. 3 teams which have won a Halo 5 tournament makes things a little bit more interesting, because if Splyce could win back-to-back tournaments, that would make 3 tournaments where Optic Gaming has not won, and then Envious is still kind of falling out of the mix then.
And they're going up against Straight Rippin then, Nighty, a team that had to fight through open bracket yesterday. What can you tell me about these guys? Do they have a good chance against Splyce here?
Absolutely not. You know, Splyce is just too good for this team. It's going to be, I wouldn't say a quick one, but it's not going to be what people expect. I do have a lot of confidence in Baby J. I've been a friend of his for a while, and I like to see his meteoric rise. He's been doing a fantastic job. I just don't think that this team is ready quite yet for a team like Splyce. Splyce is just too good.
Well, let's see if the game types change your mind then, and whether you think Straight Rippin might have more of a chance once you see the series layout. So Empire Strongholds, Regret Slayer, Truth Capture the Flag, Rig Strongholds, and Coliseum Slayer. Any thoughts from you, Strongside, after seeing those games?
I mean, definitely some good game types for some aggressive, fast gameplay when you're looking at Empire Strongholds and Regret Slayer. Something Splyce is really great at. When you're talking about aggression, they have constant aggression, and that's why it's really cool to see them go up against other teams that can kind of go toe-to-toe with them. Can Straight Rippin go toe-to-toe with that aggression? That's the question right now, if they're going to be able to hang. But we did see just previously, Splyce did lose 1 game. They didn't lose the series, obviously, but they lost the game to Era Eternity. And you're looking at Straight Rippin, they 3-0'd Luminosity. A lot of people didn't see that coming, so that was a bit of a surprise. Straight Rippin, I'd say that's a pretty big win for them to come in, because they're definitely the underdog for that match. And who knows if they're going to be able to get some sparks here and kind of carry that on, but I mean, it's going to take a lot to slow down Splyce, because they are just going to be in your face.
Well, speaking of Splyce slowing down, of course, they were the champions of DreamHack Atlanta. Then they fell, and they only came at 4th place during the Pro League. Was there anything you saw from Splyce? Was there a reason for this? Was it just lack of online practice, or what can you tell me?
I wouldn't say it's lack of play time. I would say it's more of a mindset where you get a little comfortable with where you're at once you win, and you don't take online practices serious anymore, and that's a problem. You know, online is where you build the best of your habits. That's where you're going to make your gameplay as solid as it can be. You know, it's not about how you're going to perform on LAN, because when the pressure gets so high, you can't think about what you're going to do. You just react, and that's when all of that preparation online is going to come in. And so I just don't expect Splyce later on to be as dominant as they were in Atlanta because of that. That's a mindset you have to have.
And it's a mindset. I've heard a lot of people saying opposite things. Some people are saying, well, Splyce is going to turn up, now it's LAN, they're absolute LANimals. But I always saw Splyce as an online team, and to see them struggle in fall was a bit of a struggle, to be honest.
But you also kind of have your dip. So basically, Splyce won their tournament. Now in Pro League, they kind of dipped down, kind of woke them up again, and now they're trying to make their way back up.
Well, we're going to be jumping into game 1 of this series, of course. It is Splyce versus Straight Rippin. Guys, take it away.
All right, thank you, Gaskin. This match is for top 6, so the winner of this match will be guaranteed top 6 placing here at DreamHack Denver. Empire Strongholds, you've got the Overshield teams are going to be battling over that, but the main focus, as always, that bottom middle Stronghold. You're going to see so many epic battles around here. Boo Boo Doo Boo off the rip, getting up to top mid. He'll be back down to no shields. He'll get his shields back, make his way over to Camo, spots a player, gets a few shots. That player's going to sneak away. What a move, getting away with that Camo, because that will come back and absolutely help them out for a future play. Boo Boo Doo Boo still putting some shots here by the tower.
Yeah, him contesting that Camo guy was huge right there. Basically, just being a really, really big nuisance and staying on top of him. Throughout my entire career, people have always told me, players that are better than me, that you want to hunt that Camo guy down. Don't let the roles be reversed. Don't let the Camo guy be the hunter. You be the hunter, and you find that guy, and you just take him out. Don't let him do anything that can possibly make a huge difference and influence the game.
Well, look at this. You got 3 players from Straight Rippin taking over the blue base. The pit, though, was captured by Splyce, and they are looking to capture red base as well, so putting a few more points here on the board potentially. And it looks like that actually might have been reset on the other side. So surprisingly enough, all 3 strongholds have not been captured yet, and we are more than a minute into the game. What is going on? Red base still not captured. They are battling over the other 2 strongholds. I've never seen this ever in a competitive Halo game right now. We are almost a minute and a half. This is about to be reset. We are about a minute and a half and 3 strongholds not captured at all.
Yeah, Straight Rippin knows that they need to put a priority on slaying against this Splyce squad. If you don't, you're going to get just ran over, and I think that's a little bit of why you saw that there wasn't immediately 3 being fought for. But now Splyce is starting to get comfortable. They're getting some control of the map. They're down in numbers right now, so they got to be a little safe here. But they were just in total control. They still have some good map control, putting some excellent shots. Renegade, one of the most accurate players in the scene. He's playing so cool and calm right now.
Well, they're definitely outslaying them. Splyce with 15 kills to Straight Rippin's 6 kills, outslaying them indefinitely, and then keeping them at bay inside of blue base, really not letting them push out. They are stuck, and they are just trapped like rats. Finally able to pick up a kill on Renegade, and now it looks like they're gonna make their move. You've got Camo going into the hands of one of the players here on Splyce, and I believe that overshield may have been burned. Actually, sorry, Shooter gets the overshield, so both power-ups going into the hands of Splyce, but Ace will be able to take down a player with him. Renegade and Shooter pick up 2 kills, and they are looking to get this capture. That overshield really coming in handy right now for Shooter, as he's able to get that finish at bottom middle stronghold. Now making a rotation here out towards the turbine.
Yeah, and I like how he grabbed the plasma pistol, and he's in control of that, because that would have taken down his OS immediately, and he was playing the objective. All around great plays coming out of Shooter right there.
41-3, absolute domination right now from Splyce as they continue to put more points on the board. Shotzzy will go down. Shooter with the DMR looking across the map, trying to keep that player at bay over in the red base. We may see a little switcheroo here, like they just captured blue base, so yeah, they lose red, but they capture blue. Splyce is on top of it. They're making that great prediction that, hey, Straight Rippins, they're gonna get this stronghold, so you know what? Let's make our rotation around the other side of the map.
Yeah, their rotations are just a lot faster, and their slaying is just better. They've been pretty much just playing this really just smooth. It's a really smooth game from them. They haven't really messed up or had any big mistakes. They're not making any big plays. This is pure teamwork. You're seeing just really good Halo coming out of the Splyce squad.
And they're so quick to react as well. You see them move in pairs, but even when they split up, they get a player weak, and then immediately you see another Splyce player just right there, ready to clean up the kill and ready to do some damage. That's going to be 2 down for Straight Rippin again, as they are just struggling to get any type of control. You've got Overshield and Camo coming up here. 10 seconds for Camo, 14 seconds for Overshield. So you're going to want to see Straight Rippin try to put their focus towards that OS. Yes, Camo is important, but if you're choosing between the 2, you definitely can use that Overshield to get a little bit more control. But look at that, 2 players down from Straight Rippin. And look at this, Shooter just going out of his mind. He is in control. We've got Camo in the hands of Renegade, Shotzzy with Overshield, all control in Splyce's hands.
Renegade really doesn't have to do anything right now. All he has to do is just stay alive and give his team information. If he can give them some good information right now, get some good eyes on the rest of the map, that's going to be invaluable for the rest of this game, and can easily... Oh, he's not going to clean up that kill, but that is huge, because he's not going to allow himself to take any damage. He just needs to run away here and just be a distraction for as long as possible, because that's really going to delay the other players looking for him. And he's even going to pick up a kill. Perfect shots uncommonly.
Incredible play. I completely agree with you there, Nighty. Just staying alive to be that nuisance. Splyce has picked up 5 of the power-up pickups throughout this game. Straight Rippin only able to secure 1. Splyce has 37 total kills. Straight Rippin only 21, so just completely getting outslayed. But now you're seeing them put some focus here towards bottom mid. But that's going to get reset. Boo Boo Doo with the headshot, taking down another player. This is all but over, 98-7. What a domination here from Splyce, laying down the long game 1, showing that they are coming back to make sure that they are headed to that #1 spot.
Yeah, You know, that was a dominant game, but, you know, Straight just needs to get used to that pace. You know, this is one of the best teams in the game. They're going to be at a certain pace. Maybe they're not totally used to it quite yet. I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt and probably give them one game in this series. Once they start to get used to exactly how Splyce is playing, something's going to click. These guys are not pushovers. Commonly is one of the select few people who actually took down Optic. I mean, there's only so many people that have done it, and he's done it. That Optic roster is no pushover. So Commonly's capable of big things. We know Ace is capable of big things. He was on one of the best Liquid squads. They were doing amazing things at Worlds. Denoxide and Baby J are just very, very talented young individuals. If maybe the pressure is a little too much for them, maybe those nerves are getting to them.
That was the beginning of this game was absolutely insane. A minute and a half, and all 3 strongholds hadn't been captured yet. That's still, I don't know. I find that pretty wild when you have 2 top-tier teams like this really battling and duking it out. You can tell that they were just putting so much focus over towards that bottom middle pit and towards the blue base and leaving red over there. But taking a look at Renegade here, placing first at this last event at DreamHack Atlanta, just always laying down big numbers. Incredible shot percentage here, 59.2. Now, this guy is only 17 years old, along with Shotzi as 16 years old. So 2 of the youngest players in the league right now, just dominating and kind of at the top of their game.
Yeah, their rise has been pretty much parallel throughout this year.
So fast.
And it's been very fast, but it's also they've been up against each other. They've been playing against each other. I know it was STR8 Rippin versus, you know, Boo and Shooter. They were playing on I forgot, Inconceivable at UGC, and that was one of the most epic series I've ever seen, Renegade versus Shotzi. I mean, everybody was just amazed at how well these guys could snipe, and it came down to the wire, and I believe Straight pulled it out in the end, but wow, these guys are
there's some history as well here.
Oh, yeah.
Renegade.
Yeah. But now they're teammates, so.
Now they're teammates, but Renegade was a teammate of Ace, so a little bit of history there. So you know Renegade's going to want to win this match no matter what. But taking a look at Shotzi as well, 16-year-old young gun, 61% accuracy.
He's so much fun to watch. Everybody loves this kid. You can't not love this kid because everything he does is just new. You see new jumps, you see like new movements. He's just like a young Pistola. You're watching it all over again, and he's having the same amount of success. I mean, if he wins this event, gosh, I don't know, man.
The way he zips around the map, I mean, you never know exactly where he's going to be coming from. You're looking left, he's immediately coming from the right. You take a look right and look left, you have no clue. You're freaking out, looking back everywhere.
That can't be fun to play against.
You have no clue. He's going to come flying in through the ceiling at you. I mean, like you said, the jumps that he knows, he's always kind of finding out those new jumps and stuff. So, but we are playing a best of 5 here. If you're just tuning in, it is STR8 Rippin versus Splyce. Splyce took game 1 in an extremely dominant fashion. We're here, Slayer on Regret, kicking it off with Shotzi as they've got all 4 players heading down for that overshield. Shotzi, though, is going to head towards that pink 1 side. He'll finish off Denoxide with the headshot. So nice shots from him, getting his shields back as well. And I believe that overshield was burned. Yes, that was burned. And Shotzi, whoa, Ace with some moves there, taking him down with the melee, but Shooter right there, ready to pick up the kills.
Yeah, doing that damage right there on the bottom, that's just like a necessary start for this map. You have to have it happen. And then after the OS is obtained, you want to get the Carbine side of the map, control the top, get into the bases, start spawn killing. That's exactly what we're seeing from Splyce. They're trying to do, but STR8 is not letting them do it. If there's any game type I see STR8 being able to take, it is this one.
Look at that teamwork there. Even though players from Splyce were falling down low, they both looked up at the top car and were able to tag team and take that player down immediately as players push in from the pink side. That's going to be Baby J with the plasma caster, but not going to be able to get any connection here. He's going to get his shields back, though. Does know there's a player underneath him. Spots him on the radar. Shooting shots everywhere, but he is not finding anyone above and below him. He does not know where this player is. Finally catches Boo Boo Doo Boo hiding around the corner and finishes him off, and that's going to be it for the plasma caster. Still very tight-knit game, though. Denoxide will help out Baby J. Ace finishes off Shooter, and we are at 10-9 here.
Yeah, that was such a huge distraction from Baby J. Basically, he was calling out, where he was, he needed help, and they all came flying in to help him. That was excellent execution from STR8 Rippin, and I love to see this out of this young guy right here. I mean, he placed 5th. That was his highest placement in Atlanta, and I think he's starting to get more and more comfortable playing against these top teams. And once you start getting used to it, that's when you're going to see some amazing things.
Well, Baby J always has had that individual skill and has always just had a great shot. He's been working on his teamwork kind of for the past year or so. Got a chance to talk to him, and that's been his main focus, working on teamwork, and switching teams and switching teammates makes it extremely hard to be able to constantly work on your teamwork, because when you switch a player out, that really changes up the chemistry. But we did just see the overshield get burned. Plasma Caster is going to be up as well, so staying on board here with Commonly. He has a teammate pushing over to top mid, and now potentially making a move. So actually, a little bit weird of a push there. Denoxide was kind of just left out to dry there, pushed out to top mid. Maybe there was a miscommunication there with STR8, because following right after, Ace pushed out as well, and he was taken down. And STR8, they're just getting trapped.
Yeah, but what we didn't see, though, is that the OS has been burned, so that was pretty big for Splyce to get themselves back into this one. That way, STR8 didn't have any advantage, and now they're going to start to pull ahead. Nice Help Mary nade there on Ace, 19-15. I mean, that was a very, very big play by Splyce to be able to get that burn.
And even though both overshields have been burned there early in the match, you saw Splyce, they were the ones to pick it up. So you can see they're putting a little bit more focus on it. And STR8's playing a bit more defensive, kind of letting Splyce make the move and make that push for the OS. But now Shotzi trying to spot any players here around top middle. Spots one, he'll get the finish on Ace. Spots another player weak down low. He's gonna fly down and right back up, clamber up onto the bridge, and now stay alive. And there's some of the moves that you're talking about. He is so quick with his movement. You think he's gonna fall down, he flies right back up with that clamber, but now finding a player over by Carside, down to 1 shot, and he's just doing a great job at staying alive.
Yeah, and the OS is about to be up in 30 seconds. Shotzi getting up to the top of the map. He is going to just pretty much challenge this player and hunt him down. He puts a nade out, does not connect. But yeah, this is going to be huge right here. The positioning to get ready for this OS. If STR8 Rippin can grab it, they could get back into this one, no problem.
Baby J firing some long-range Plasma Caster shots. Not going to get any connection, but will help out to finish off Shotzi as he was trying to make a flank. Boo Boo Doo Boo right on top of the overshield. Hello, right on time. Coach Phil right on point. Boo Boo Doo Boo, right as he jumped, it comes up. No hesitation, didn't need to spend any extra time. He's just swoops in and swoops out. Still about half of his overshield left. Going for this jump, thrusts up to the top car. Splyce definitely known for all these nice little quick movements to get up towards top mid when you're playing on Regret.
Yeah, and him not staying in that battle for too long was really big. Not allowing his OS to get all the way down. You know, he saw 2 players and they took it out, but that was fine. At least he got away, he stayed alive, he got some damage on those players, and it helps his team to keep that top middle control, because that's what you want on this map. Top middle can be so deadly. You can get so high on the top of Carbine to where players can't even see you when they're leaving the sides of the bases.
Well, you've got Boo Boo Doo Boo flanking around as Splyce make their push in from the car side, and look at this. It's a 3-man charge, taking down Commonly. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for him, and his teammates are nowhere to be found, so Commonly kind of making a push on his own, and that's where we're seeing STR8 Rippin kind of just make these pushes where, yeah, they're 1 player, 2 players are going down, but if that keeps happening throughout the match, you're just letting Splyce kind of lengthen the lead little by little. Shooter spotting that player over at the top pink, fighting the player top car, getting some beautiful BR shots on the player to back him down, and now constantly looking at the spawns.
Yeah, and Shooter just playing it slow here. He's amazing at doing so, you know, making big plays. You know, I've seen it time and time again that he's been super, super clutch, and he just always puts the right ability at the right time. He just knows exactly what to do. He's very, very calm in the best situation. Right now, he's just listening to the communication, doing a fantastic job.
All right, well, talking about listening to communication, let's jump in with an Astro listen in with Splyce.
Yo, radio is 1. Looking for right. 2 seconds. Another guy front right weak. Dead. Now we got it. Nice. Needles. Did he go inside? I'm looking. Coming in. Car, top car, wait.
This one red.
Top car
one actually. Top you one is.
Out of OB, we're out of OB.
Top you one is. Another guy, Blue Bridge is top middle.
I'm looking.
Top middle now.
I'm watching the wall.
B-side, top mid. B-side, top mid.
Wait, 2 shot. And then red P and red P. Going this combo.
Yeah, blue red. One red needles, guys. I can push
Ready to go
forward.
ahead still.
Yeah, PT on me. And red feeding.
P2.
No, I'm at
P2
core run.
top mid.
Yo, blue bush top mid.
Watch
Focus
out
top mid.
P2, baby J. I'm looking top mid. He's on the wall.
Hey.
P2 still baby J.
Yeah.
One's coming
I can push him.
Red card.
Top mid, 2 of them, guys. Top mid, 2 of them.
I got 1 shot red card.
Running. Other guy top mid, Dan. He's jumping on me. He's trying to drop on me. He's stepping on me.
And card 2.
Card 2. Nice, man. 2 guys.
Okay, card 2. He's pushing card. Watch out. I'll get that.
There you have it. Communication definitely on point for the Splyce roster, and Shotzi's going to finish it off with that 50th kill. Fist bumps all around, feeling good, going up 2-0 in the series. And, you know, their call-outs pretty calm as well. I mean, it's kind of straight to the point, very concise. They're not elongated call-outs. And, hey, they're spawning. Hey, we got 2 top mid. Nobody's just, like, overbearing the comms there. And what a performance from Shotzi. 17 kills and 15 assists.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Like we were saying, like he could be a Pistola. Those are Pistola numbers, man. 15 assists. I mean, let's look over at the damage he was doing that game. Almost 3,000. 2,700 damage with 61% accuracy.
And Renegade 63.3.
Right.
We were talking about both of their accuracies. I mean, here's proof. Here is living proof, both over 60% and just completely on top of it, like you said. And
pretty much treating the map like a jungle gym, so to speak. I mean, going up, down, you know, staying alive in the weirdest situations. I mean, that is really tough to play against right here, that moment where he was just all over the place. That player didn't know what to do or what to shoot at.
Well, taking a look at the replays here, it was almost a stake as Splyce was closing it out, but they were able to pick up 4 of the overshields. Yes, a few of those were burned. Straight Rippin not able to secure a single OS there. And taking a look at the oldest guy on this roster here, Splyce, you're going to talk about Shooter. 22 years old, been competing since 2011. He's got to be feeling good now with a roster like this. If you're teaming with Shotzi, Renegade, and Boo Boo Doo Boo, I mean, you're living big right now.
Oh yeah, you
sit back and enjoy this show.
The confidence level you have in your teammates is huge. Being able to trust them is huge. When you have that, it just everything else comes natural. I mean, if you don't have to worry whatsoever, it's fantastic.
And you just saw the coach behind Straight Rippin. That is going to be Assault, longtime player back in the day, came back to help out the boys. He's good friends with Ace, definitely pretty influential in the Halo 3 days with Status Quo. And made some big runs back then, but it's good to see him back in the scene and kind of putting his foot forward to help out the squad.
Yeah, earlier we were seeing Evil Geniuses with Ogre 2 as their coach. Having a guy that pretty much knows everything about Halo that you possibly can know, it's just going to be, it's going to help you so much. And that's exactly what Cleet, Mr. Assault over there, is going to bring to this Straight Rippin team. He brings all that experience, all that knowledge, and he was always that player for Status Quo that really kind of had an idea of what everything was going on. Like, he was that guy that just could be everywhere at the same time. I mean, he was that utility player, if you will. He could do it all, and that makes it a great coach. I'm sure he's doing an awesome job over there, but unfortunately, this Splyce team is on fire. They just look incredible.
It's a little bit worrying right now if you're a Straight Rippin fan. This could be a very fast game type. Truth capture the flag. We have seen games end in under 3 minutes. Take a look at the series layout here. Splyce dominating game 1, dominating game 2 as well. I think, you know, this looks like it's going to be a 3-0 with how Splyce are playing right now. I mean, they are revved up, and you've got Straight Rippin seeming like they're a little bit off balance, and some of talking about kind of regret Slayer. They were pushing out one by one at times and giving off free kills. Nobody was there to help each other. And when you look at the Splyce side, I mean, they're calling out, and you have guys looking immediately, maybe half a second to a second, being very responsive. So it's going to have to turn around here for Straight Rippin. But we are going into game number 3. Capture the flag on Truth. 3 captures to win. Camo's at pink 1. You're going to see some focus definitely there. Let's kick things off with Baby J as he has got his eyes on Camo right off the bat.
Yeah, and this camo is going to be big for them to see if they can get some slays. Commonly gets the first pick on Shotzi. We know that's going to be big. Double kill by Commonly. This is huge. They're not going for it just yet. They're going to see if they can bait it out. Commonly with the first 3 kills for Straight Rippin. Amazing job by him. You see over there, Hammy, he's going to be trying to go ham right there on the Eli, but he couldn't. He gets taken out. Oh, look at this sneaky little play from Baby J. Now that is a experienced play. I love to see it from this young
Yeah, and that's going to be 3 down for Splyce. Last player is level 2. He is going to spot him, but he gets stuck. What a clutch stick by Shooter to pick up the kill on Baby J, potentially stopping that flag attempt from even happening. And now you're going to see Splyce make their push over towards the pink side and car side. Shooters pushing down to bottom mid, and they have completely just turned everything around, and now they're in control and inside of Straight Rippin's base, looking like they're about to get a flag run.
Yeah, and you know, it's got to be a lot faster for that Straight Rippin team. Once they are getting the kills like that, they need to just start flying. They need to get over to the other team's base and just start spawn killing them, really be on top of everything, because Splyce, they just did it, and they did it twice as fast.
Well, Shooter's going to have the assist all the way back, getting the help he needs. Shooter gets that first cap. Splyce going up 1-0, looking to close this series out with a hot 3-0. He's already got a teammate here at Carside just blocking spawns, waiting for them to just push back up and get another flag run going. They're controlling pink side, and look at this. It is just complete control, not letting Straight Rippin out of their base. They're stuck underneath, stuck level 2, and look, and there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I mean, they're trying to hide, but where are they going? They're not going anywhere. They're letting Splyce just control and own the map.
Yeah, when the timing is so perfect by Splyce, when they all just converge at once, it's really hard to defend that. But Ace, with all of his Halo knowledge, really did a great job, got a double kill, got him out of his base, and that is going to be really big for Straight Rippin. So now there's going to be a little bit of a back and forth right now. Ace, once again, getting a perfect on Boo Boo Doo Boo. Excellent job by him.
Camo is going to be up here in just a second as well, so we'll see if any players are posted up to get that. That's going to pop here, and I believe no players yet have got that, and I believe that is going to be Renegade, who is going to acquire that camo and sneak around that corner to stay alive with a sliver of shield left there. So Renegade looking for the player underneath his base. We'll get the melee kill. That's going to be 2 down for Straight Rippin. In control of Pink 2. Renegade's making the push up to Pink 3 to help out and get some great lines of sight across the map. And look at this, just the teamwork. Pink 2, Pink 3. He will get taken down though, along with another player on Splyce. So this is an opportunity for Straight Rippin to get the heck out of their base. You've got a player over at Pink 2 now. Denoxide though hanging back in level 2. The base will now finally make that push up to top middle, over to bottom mid, and look at this. Now we're seeing Splyce get trapped in their base. Can Straight Rippin control this here?
You know, they're going to need to just have a person top middle. I mean, that's something that I'm not seeing too much from this Straight Rippin team. Having a guy top middle, you basically are allowing somebody to put damage on every single area of the map, and that is going to be huge. But Denoxide being super aggressive on the objective, going to manage to stay alive here. Very smart decision by him. They're both hiding in the same corner, and it looks like he is going to be down in numbers. They know exactly where he is, though. The hit markers show him. That's going to be 3 dead for Straight Rippin.
Completely stopped, dead in their tracks. Splyce not allowing any flag to make it very much further than the front door of their base. But now we've got 3 members of Straight Rippin sitting level 2, and a team grenade's gonna come in and hit Shotzi and take him down, unfortunately. So that will give potential opportunity for Straight, but it's a 2-for-2 trade. 2 down for Straight, 2 down for Splyce. Renegade trying to stay alive, going across the map with those pistol shots, and he's going to have Shotzi be able to finish off the kill.
All right, now the camo is going to be up in about 10 seconds, actually. 10 seconds it's going to be up. We're going to look for that, see which team's going to be getting it. Renegade is ready. See if he can hit these shots. That was big. Camo is about to pop, and he is ready to pick it up. This is going to be a very good play by him. Renegade doing it all.
Renegade now trying to stay alive again, but not able to get away with the camo. So Splyce still looking to control Pink 2 and trying to make their push over towards the car side. But we've got Straight Rippin now infiltrating the base of Splyce, sneaking in. Commonly's going to miss the jump. That's going to cost him his life, and Splyce will punish him. And now Splyce making their push out towards Pink 2. Ace getting the melee, going for the second one. He's going to miss though, and Denoxide and Ace will both go down, and Splyce have control of Pink 2. Baby J just trying to get a finish, and they're both going to back down and just stay alive. So now we'll see if Straight Rippin can help out Baby J, as all 3 other players of Straight Rippin are across the map and in no position to help out. But that's going to be some great shots. Perfect kill by Baby J on Renegade. Out 1v1ing him. Not something you see very often. Same with Baby J here as he's keeping some control at Pink 2, but Shotzzy is going to fly in and take him down.
I want to hear a little bit of straight ripping. Let's go into a listening.
Put your flag. He's gonna pull it. Pulling it, Pink. I got shots. Under base. Car 2 with shots. Car cuts right now. I totally got car base. Car 1. Turn around, guys. Car 1 shot. Yeah, car 1's gonna probably
Flank's dead.
we kill flag. What? Car 1.
Get back flight, wait.
Car 2. Watch out bottom middle. Car 2, one shot. Dead.
You went to the left. It's our car. Slide. A second now. It's our car 1.
I got an 8 car 1. Car 1 running.
Cameron's up at 30.
One bottom mid.
Pink 2.
One shot car 1. One shot top mid. Boo. Dead. Let's push Pink, guys. Let's try to push out Pink.
Pink's weak. Our bubble and Pink 2.
Our bubble.
Our bubble's weak,
Alright, I'm here. P2 there.
P2's weak. One shot, bro. Okay.
I killed P2.
Nice.
Our flag. Top mid killing me. Trying to lift shooter. And our car weak. I'm putting 2 shots on him. Our Piatic. Renegade.
It's our window. Our window.
Our window. Top mid.
Our window.
These 2 guys are basement. One shot. Push our basement.
There's 2.
Boo's still 1. P1 on Camel. I got 2 shots on him. He doesn't have it yet. That one's dead. 27. Bro, they're car to come in.
And that camo right there being burned, that is going to be very huge from Straight Rippin. They're really stepping it up here, but like I said, I'd like to see them take a little bit more time of getting themselves into the bases, holding the top middle of the map. Oh, excellent shots from Ace, not being able to clean that up, but that was close. Just a lot of effort coming out of Straight, but just not being able to put it together.
Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo's going to go down. Shooter will get the call out and fight the player. Baby J's going to get away somehow, and Shooter's going to get away with his life. Wasn't looking good there for him for just a moment. We'll get some help at level 2 the base. He's going to go down, but Denoxide will go down as well to make the trade. Splyce 2 down. Shotzzy in a great position, though, to get those shots level 2 the base and just very uncharacteristic spot. You're not going to expect a Splyce member to be top mid as you're pushing into their base.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying. It's working out so well. Look at him. He was staying alive for so long, and that is a huge distraction that you always want to have, especially on a map like this. You know, it's always worked in the past, you know, when you saw flag runs back in the Halo 3, Halo 2 days on top middle, but it looks like Shooter's doing the exact same thing, and he gets the kill on Ace.
All right, Shooter will go down. That's going to be 2 down for Splyce, 1 down for Straight Rippin. Denoxide looking across the map, and that's something you see Splyce do quite a bit. They look across the map. They'll try and just get that 1 or 2 shots on that opponent, and that helps out Shotzzy pushing, or whoever else is pushing across the map to just get maybe a quick 3 shot instead of having to get all 5 and keeping that other team constantly weak. But staying here with Denoxide, pushing underneath the base, maybe a potential flag cap.
Well, I don't know. What do you think they should do? Do you think they should go for the camo first? The camo is going to be up around the same time that they could possibly get a pull.
Run the flag pink.
Run the flag pink and grab it on the way.
Pick it up on the way. Got it.
Yeah. Excellent job by Denoxide, just doing all the damage in the world, but finally he gets taken out there. That is going to be 2 down for Shotzzy, though. Let's see what Straight Rippin can possibly do right here. They have Splyce on the back heel right now. This is perfect. This is really good. Their aggression is starting to really speed up, and that's what you got to do to take down a top team.
All right, well, going around, players are down, but Shooter will spawn up. He's going to put his attention back to level 2 the base, try and keep these players at bay from getting that flag. And look at this. I mean, you saw commonly trying to just full out run to just pick out the flag, and when 2 or 3 players had just spawned up, so maybe a little bit unaware of those players that had just spawned up, or maybe got a wrong call out saying, hey, we're good to go for the flag. But definitely some miscommunication is what it looked like.
And the camo player just got taken out, so that he is not in play. He cannot do anything right now. So this is a good opportunity for Straight to do whatever they can. That is going to be 2 down for them, so they've got to be a little bit defensive here. But that is 3 down for Straight. Double kill from Boo-Boo-Doo-Boo. Look at him just regaining his shield, listening to call-outs, taking his time. This is confidence in your team right here. That's exactly what you're seeing, and they are running a flag.
Well, it looks like Shooter is the one running the flag. He did drop it for just a moment. Does have a teammate nearby as well. I believe that flag was returned. There it is. It'll pop back up as it's returned. Shooter's going to go down, but not too much time left here in the match. This is game 3. Splyce looking to close this out. If they win this match, they are guaranteed top 6 and on their run to trying to win another major HCS event here at DreamHack Denver. Esports.
And you know what I'm liking to see right now is that like Shotzi and Splyce, the rest of Splyce, aren't just being defensive. They are still getting aggressive, getting into their straight Rippin team base. Like they're just staying on top of their spawns and they're running a flag.
That's 3 down for straight. This is not looking good. Shotzi is going top middle, tossing the flag up to top mid. Straight not in position to potentially get that return. Renegade laying down some shots on the player that is going for that return. Incredible shots by Denoxide to take down Renegade. And it looks like they are on top of that. And yes, they will get that return, but still not a lot of time left for straight. They've got to move quick. They need back-to-back caps to at least tie it up and send it to overtime.
And see how much time that took? All of that slaying inside the base that Shotzi did and getting the flag out, that pretty much wasted a ton of time that Straight Rippin could have used to get the flag out of their base. So that was a great job by Shotzi to stay objective-minded.
Well, that camo is up. You're going to see that on Renegade's screen, but Straight Rippin constantly going down one right after the other. Less than 50 seconds left. This is not looking good for them. They really do have to make back-to-back caps happen like from window to bottom mid to window, or window to top mid to window. But
you're
look
dreaming,
at this.
Mike, you're dreaming.
Yeah,
Stop dreaming,
back to age 2. But you can make that incredible flag run happen. But look at this. Right as I say that, you know, Splyce is going to go for that incredible flag run. You've got Renegade running the flag bottom mid. 25 seconds left. They are looking to get that 3rd flag cap. They want to end this game with that 3-0 win. This looks like it's going to be it.
They never take their foot off the pedals. This Splyce squad is just gung-ho. They are always going as hard as possible, and that is something you always want to see, especially from a team that's, you know, dropped out of, you know, the top spots in the Pro League.
Well, that is going to do it, folks. Splyce win game number 3, sending Straight Rippin to the elimination bracket. Splyce are guaranteed top 6 here at DreamHack Denver, and an incredible performance from them all the way through. Game 1 absolutely dominating in Strongholds, dominating in Slayer, almost getting the stake, and now in game number 3, winning 2-0, and I'd say they dominated this as well. They were constantly in the base of Straight Rippin. They ended up with a total of 91 kills, as Straight Rippin had 79, so outslaying them by quite a bit. But I think another point to make up, once again, from what we saw on Regret Slayer, Straight Rippin was not able to get any power-up pickups. Here, we saw Straight Rippin get 1 camo, but on the other side, we saw Splyce get 5 camos. Definitely making that a lot harder for you to come back. And I believe Renegade was picking up the camo at least 3 times.
He was always in that area.
Yeah.
He was always in that area. He was making it really hard for Straight Rippin to do anything. There you see it, just landing those awesome shots. He had helps from teammates, but then listening to that communication, turns around, gets the kill. He's always just relevant to what needed to be happening. Just a very, very, very good job by Splyce to be always on top of it. That's why Straight Rippin really could not do anything on that regret game. They needed at least 1 OS, man. They didn't get 1.
You got your predictions just right. Like you said that you didn't think Straight were going to have a chance, and let's be honest, Splyce, they blew them out of the water. There were some moments of promise for Straight Rippin that certainly they can take from that series, and potentially we'll see them have a little bit of an elimination bracket run now. But to be honest, Splyce are looking really hot right now. Do you think that maybe there is a chance Splyce could go on to win this entire tournament?
Definitely, 100%. And I know a lot of people probably see them as still kind of like the underdog, but I mean, they're a great team. They are an absolutely great team. Yes, Optic's a great team as well, but Splyce, I think of recent, they've just like sped things up. They've made this gameplay so much faster. For teams like Envious and for Optic Gaming and Liquid, they really have to make sure they're keeping up with that pace because it is nonstop.
Well, you also have to remember that Splyce did not play against Envious in Atlanta. That's going to be the tell right there. Are they going to be able to take down Envious on LAN? That's going to be a big. I mean, because they beat Optic so handedly, it seemed like they were just, Optic beat Envious 4-0. So if they beat Optic that easily, and then Optic beat Envious that easily, Snipedown said he's never been destroyed that hard by Optic. It just hasn't, it never happened. So it's going to be interesting, the dynamic between these teams. Every team matches up differently against each other. But if Splyce can get some momentum, they'll still be at the same level that they were at Atlanta. They could do some big things.
Certainly excited to see how Splyce will do in the remainder of the tournament. But if you're sat at home and you're itching for that gold rec pack, whabam, it's going to pop there right on your screen. It is heebie-jeebies, not boo-boo-doo-boos, but heebie-jeebies, spelt heebie with GBs. It's a bit weird spelling, but either way, put it in, grab a gold rec pack code. Now, I believe we have a post-match Xfinity interview. David Walsh has one of the players down on the floor.
Thank you so much, Gaskin. I'm on the floor here with Coach Phil of Splyce. You just won 3-0 against STR8 Rippin. Did that match go as you expected?
Yeah, we were expecting hopefully a 3-0. I mean, they're a really good team, so we could have went to Game 4, Game 5, but we're definitely happy with the 3-0.
Yeah, I think that's always kind of the expectation going into a match. Like, you ideally want a 3-0, but if it does go extra games, you can't get too down on yourself because there's such strong competition here, especially at DreamHack Denver. Next question was, the casters touched on this a little bit, but during that last game, we saw Renegade get around 3 camos on Truth CTF. Is that a particular strategy you guys have? Is it always like, give Renegade these power-ups and power weapons, or did he just happen to be in the right place at the right time multiple times that game?
A lot of it's just being in the right place at the right time, but Renegade and I, we have really good kind of rapport where if I say his name, he goes for it, he gets it when he can, and so more so than anyone on the team, he's really reliable at getting the power-ups, power weapons, so it really works out for us.
All right, so last event, Splyce had won DreamHack Atlanta. You're now back in DreamHack Denver. What did you do to prepare for this event? Anything you changed? Because clearly you won last event, but there's always room for improvement.
Yeah, so a lot of times I feel like teams kind of fall off a little bit. They take a break after they take a win, and I definitely think we did that for about a week or so, and after that we kind of realized we knew that we couldn't let ourselves fall off, and we really took practice very seriously, especially towards the end of the off season, or towards the end of the season, and definitely prepared for this tournament very hard.
Awesome. Well, it's absolutely showing. Congratulations beating STR8. Best of luck in your next match. Back to you, Gaskin, at the desk.
Thank you very much, Dave. A nice interview, a confident interview from Splyce, and I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to the rest of this tournament. I do have a few results to update everyone on. We did see Vexed 3-0 Radiant in losers bracket 1, so Vexed moved through. They are guaranteed top 12. Radiant are out of the tournament. Supremacy 3-1 XL, so we see XL now out of the tournament at top 16, and Supremacy moves through to top 12. But interestingly, it does mean that Infused will be going up against Vexed for a top 8 place here at DreamHack.
That's kind of bittersweet for you, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It means at least someone gets there. I don't really want to see EU versus EU, but I think it means someone is going to get there. But you can see the championship bracket there on your screens. Envious will be facing Splyce later. Optic Gaming, they 3-0'd Ronin as well, so Optic looking confident. But we'll touch upon that last match that we've just seen for a little bit more. Splyce now moving forward in this. Is there anything that could hinder them at all? Is there a particular player that you thought had a weak game, or do you think everyone looked outstanding?
Honestly, everyone looked pretty outstanding, and Walsh kind of brought it up perfectly. Like, Coach Phil is right on top of it with these power-ups, and you've got Renegade right on point. And it wasn't just that last game. It was Regret Slayer as well. You saw a player just jump right up, and he was right the exact second that it was coming up. He didn't have to pause and wait. He just zipped through, picked it up, and he kept going. And so when you have that type of chemistry and that teamwork just constantly, I mean, it's tough to beat.
Do you think this was a different Splyce that we saw throughout Pro League season, Nighty? Because they certainly seemed on top of their game.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like I said, that's their mindset, right? Is that they were at the top, they won an event, and they were kind of slacking off a little bit on their online play. They weren't taking the practice serious. You know, I watch a lot of Boo Boo's streams and the scrims, and it just didn't seem to be there online. But boy, they come to LAN and they do show up. Their shots, they're all registering. They're feeling good. Everything feels good. They're in a lighter mood. They're just having fun because they're so young. This game is just, it's so fresh to them, and they love it.
They do love it, and they are having fun, and I think everyone is having a lot of fun here at DreamHack Denver. Of course, we are going to go for a very short break, but next up, we have Liquid versus Evil Geniuses in Winners Bracket Round 2. So don't touch that browser. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly.